Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today. Thank you for taking the time and joining us to learn more about our new partnership with Moneypenny. Before we start the webinar, just a couple of housekeeping items. This webinar will be around 30 minutes long, and we will have a Q&A session at the end. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A tab at the bottom or at the top of your screen. We will answer all the questions at the very end, and if we don't get a chance to answer your questions live, we will contact you afterwards directly. Okay. My name is Sati Dhaliwal. I'm the marketing manager here at Perfect Portal. I'm joined by Lorraine Rogers, who's the team manager at Moneypenny's outbound team. Give us a wave, Lorraine.
Hello.
She will go over the new outbound service and how her team works with the Perfect Portal law firms to manage their leads. I'm also joined by Pritpal Chahal, practice manager at Askews Legal. Give us a wave, Pritpal. Pritpal has been with Perfect Portal since 2017, and today he will be sharing his experience of using this new outbound service by Moneypenny via his Perfect Portal system. Before we start, I wanted to give you a short overview of Perfect Portal for those of you who are not yet using our system. Perfect Portal enables law firms to capture leads for all areas of law directly into your Perfect Portal system. Then we will help you convert those leads via automatic follow-up features such as SMS, emails, and push notifications. We offer a branded mobile app that can provide a complete digital onboarding solution to your clients, from ID verification, payment on account, digital TA forms, to regular updates on matter progress and more. As we all know, data is key to any business growth, and Perfect Portal offers key insights dedicated to each role at your fingertips, so you can measure performance and plan a sustainable growth for your firm. Converting leads into clients is one of the areas where law firms struggle the most. They know how many completions or instructions they have received per month for each department, but they usually cannot answer how many opportunities get missed and why. We offer effortless follow-ups to help firms convert more prospects into clients faster with a suite of proven tools to ensure an opportunity is never missed. And this is where Moneypenny's new outbound calling service can help the firms. If you lack the resources or sales skill set to convert new business into clients, then this might be the service for you. We all know automated features cannot be the only thing. You still need that human touch to speak to the clients, to add their needs, and then assign the case to a fee earner. And that's where Moneypenny's new service will help you. The team can easily see the entire pipeline, call the prospective clients on your behalf, add their touch points, and convert the lead while assigning it to one of your fee earners to get the ball rolling. You have the complete visibility. You can track all of their touch points and activity in a single log to determine what has happened with each lead and by whom. Our Perfect Portal team will regularly train the Moneypenny staff so they are updated on any new features we release that are relevant to the conversion process. Now I would like to pass it on to Lorraine to share the details about this new partnership and how it can help you ease the pressure on your firm. Lorraine, over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. As Satu has said, I'm Lorraine, and I'm the team manager for Moneypenny's outbound team. It's a pleasure to be with you all here today. To give you a little bit of a background on who we are and what we do, Moneypenny's outbound team is made up of amazing individuals who have lots of knowledge on the industry. This is a team of highly skilled Moneypenny receptionists dedicated to making outbound calls on behalf of our law firms. This is a relatively new service, which was actually born during the first lockdown back in March 2020. We asked our law firm clients how we could better support them as they navigated the lockdown. We listened and used the feedback they gave us to create this new service to ease the immense pressure that they were feeling in-house. Today, we have almost a year's experience in making outbound calls for our clients and are seeing more and more legal clients give us a try. Outbound calling is ideal for any firm, particularly those managing a high number of incoming leads. Our team will pick up leads, warm them up, pre-qualify them, and hand them right back to you at the very moment that they're ready for your expertise. For you and your team, this means no more chasing up prospects or putting effort into converting leads, just more time to get on with what you do best. One of the most impressive features of this service, and one that our legal clients particularly love, is that with every call we make on your behalf, we're displaying your office telephone number. For the client, this means a seamless experience and there won't be any confusion as to where the call is coming from. And that's one of our biggest priorities, is ensuring that your callers assume that we're in the office working with you and your team. For every lead we pick up, we'll schedule a follow-up call or calls and keep the prospects interested. We'll keep engaging with them to ensure that they stay warm and don't fall off the radar, and most importantly, don't go to one of your competitors. When we reached out to clients to find out what challenges they were facing in-house, lack of time was definitely a reoccurring theme. Law firms simply don't have the time to stay on top of incoming leads, and especially in the current climate that we're facing. This was one of the main reasons outbound calling was created. We're able to pick up and respond to leads promptly. This not only relieves the pressure on our clients to always be available to respond to leads, but our team also stick with prospects from their very first inquiry to when they become a qualified lead. And this is where we hand it back over to you, nicely packaged up and ready to convert. So now you have an idea of what the service is, let's dig a little bit deeper into how it works. And thanks to our partnership with Perfect Portal, this is a super straightforward and simple process. Firstly, we log on to your Perfect Portal dashboard so we can see the leads as they drop in real time. Whether it's a referral or a web-generated lead, we'll pick these up and reach out to them via the phone, displaying a telephone number. This is where the pre-qualification process begins, and this can be whatever you want it to be, whether that's a set of yes or no questions or something more detailed like the conveyancing example that you can see. We'll base this completely on your requirements, and this is also our opportunity to help you cleanse your data. So we'll ensure that we filter out any spam or any duplicated inquiries, so your dashboard is always up to date. Having gone through all the questions, our team are then able to generate a bespoke quote based on your fee scales using the Perfect Portal system. We'll also send this quote out via email, and that'll show an in-house email address for continuity of service. If we weren't able to convert the prospect during the initial call, we'll schedule a follow-up call, and we can tailor this process however you like in terms of how many times we follow up or the amount of times that we reach out with them. Our team will make detailed notes in Perfect Portal, so for every touch point that we make, so you can see everything that we're doing for you. And once they're converted, we'll allocate the lead to a case handler and pass the new client back to you with all the required information ready to go. We can assign the clients either on a rota basis, or you can tell us who deals with what particular type of client or inquiries, and we can assign those straight over for you. And that's it. We take care of all the back and forth of converting the lead. So all you need to do is focus on delivering your expertise to the new clients. Here at Moneypenny, we often get asked, how can you represent my firm properly if you don't actually work for me? And to put it simply, we're obsessed by the details. We spend a lot of time at the very beginning of your journey with us to understand everything there is to know about you, your team, the way you like to work, your values. We really leave no stone unturned. And this all starts with our people. One of the biggest differences between us and your stereotypical call centre is our people. We actually cherry pick a receptionist for every client, and that's based on things like skill set, personality, and experience. So we're able to match you to the right person for your firm. You'll meet your receptionist for the first time during your welcome call, and this is quite a fundamental step, not only for you to learn about us and for us to learn about you, but it's also the start of your working relationship with your receptionist. We'll cover everything, including your preferred lead handling instructions, about your team, directions to your office, your website, opening hours, the different types of services that you offer, and anything that you think would be interesting or useful for us to know about the company. And we also like to learn about your firm's USPs. We found in the past, if a prospect is on the fence about converting, they're often just looking for an indication that your firm is the right fit for them. We'd never overstep our mark, but if the opportunity presents itself where we can give prospects the reassurance that they're looking for, they're much more likely to convert. And from here, it's really simple. All you need to do is set up Moneypenny as a user within your Perfect Portal platform, securely grant us access, and you're good to go. So we've got lots of experience onboarding new clients, and we're always here to help if you need any extra support at all with that. Right now for our clients, we're increasing the conversion rate, providing a better way of working and ensuring they're always one step ahead of their competitors. In fact, about 1 in 7 calls we make on behalf of our clients result in a conversion, which is about 13% conversion rate in calls made per month, and that's based on 1 call being made every 4 minutes. Considering this is a new service, was born out of the very real frustrations our clients were feeling, it's gone from strength to strength. We understand that right now the needs and challenges that you face have changed. Over the past year, we've been working closely with our legal clients and have adapted our support to however they need. The traditional firm is slowly becoming a thing of the past, and more teams are remote working, and there's an increasing amount of pressure on firms to maintain exceptional service whilst trying to stay on top of incoming leads. This new way of working doesn't have to be a bad thing, and that's what we're here for. I hope this has given you some food for thought. Myself and my team are always available if you have any questions or would like to find out more about how outbound calling works. It's been a pleasure to share with you all a little bit about Moneypenny. Thanks, Satu.
Thank you so much, Lorraine. Before we move on to Purple, I do have a couple of questions for you, Lorraine, if you don't mind, just so our firms can get to know a bit more about your service. If one of our Perfect Portal law firms wanted to use this service, how long does it take to set it all up?
The setup process is really smooth, and the whole thing from start to finish could be done in less than a week. We do all the hard work, really, so we just need to get to know about how the client would like to work.
Fantastic. What happens if the law firm wants to make changes after they sign up for the service?
Any changes can be made as and when they need to, really, and we're really flexible, and you'd be in touch with your receptionist every day. So anything that needs tweaking or any amendments we can do, and we're really responsive to any requests that they have.
Fantastic. How do you provide updates to the clients? Do you provide regular reports, or do you have regular meetings? How does that work?
Yeah, so we are in touch with the clients all the time, but we'd also provide a detailed monthly report, which would say about all the different calls that we've made, the times of day we've made the calls, everything's covered in there, and that would be emailed to them every month.
Thank you. And I'm sure the most important question that a lot of people are wondering is about the pricing. How does that work, and what does it include?
Our pricing structure is really simple. So the service costs £30 an hour. It's a 3-month minimum commitment, and then it's a 1-month notice period after that. That includes all the onboarding process, the calls, the reporting, and having your dedicated receptionist to talk to anytime you need to.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I would like to ask a few questions to Paul about his experience. I know, he's approached Moneypenny to help him out. So I just wanted to ask, what's some of the challenges that led you to outsource your outbounding calling needs to Moneypenny, Paul?
Well, if started off with just the amount of clients were calling in, especially during the stamp duty holiday period, I'm sure everyone here had the same experience. It was just manic, and trying to convert those leads fast enough, quick enough was a challenge. Most of my fee earners were just busy just trying to fee earn. My reception staff were not trained into converting leads. They were just busy answering calls. I needed someone kind of focused and dedicated to this, which is how we kind of reached out to Moneypenny. That was really how the journey started. Thank
you. By looking at this, because you've been using it for quite some time now, and working quite closely with Lorraine, she must feel like part of your team member right now. What are some of the cost benefits? You're paying for the service versus hiring someone in-house.
Yeah, I mean that's a difficult one. It really depends upon what you're looking for. For me, the real issue was trying to give a better service. Clearly, Moneypenny someone dedicated, they're going to convert, but naturally we were converting ourselves. So it's what each individual firms, what they're looking for. If they've got somebody who could convert easily, great. But a lot of firms, most of their fee earners are busy, so you kind of need someone separate to that. For me, it kind of pays for itself.
That's good to know. I'm sure that's always the most important question everyone has if there's anything new service. Do you think it was easier for you to outsource this area to your firm for your firm rather than, let's say, hiring a lead converter that's dedicated to this role?
Yeah, I think again, you need to be looking at who that lead converter is going to be. What's their primary role? Is it a primary role just to do conversions, and are they going to be focusing on the rest of your firm? Then maybe that's the right source. But for conveyancing, it's quite niche. It's quite a small area, and you're not going to be having calls go throughout the whole day. Having someone dedicated, outsourced, is just the right solution for us.
So now with your team that you have in-house with conveyancing side, especially with stamp duty, I know the firms that I've contacted, everyone's been dead busy, like, working into the evenings and weekends. And how, has there been a positive impact on your team as soon as you onboarded the service? Fee earners in particular, with efficiency or their time management?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think people on here will understand this. Fee earners just want to get on with fee earning. Trying to get a call coming in and trying to convert that call whilst you've got a title check to review or something to do, you're just trying to get them off the phone. And that's what the biggest challenge was to say, well, these are your next new set of clients coming in. If you haven't got time for them, what are you going to do? Yeah. So that's primarily the reason why we chose this route. But secondly, it's to let your fee earners do what they want to do. Work, fee earn.
The other thing is about service level and the experience that you provide clients, because that's one of the biggest challenges when you outsource is making sure that the service experience is still at the high standard. Do you think Moneypenny has been able to reflect the similar high level experience that you were providing to the clients, so they represent Askew's Legal the best way possible?
It's a good question, that. Yeah, so service is key. You don't want to be giving out this kind of lead generation to any outsourcing company who you have no confidence in. This is what they do. This is what Moneypenny do. They have inbound calls, they have outbound calls to professional people. So there's been no concerns of my part.
I know that was one of the reasons, to be honest. We've been looking at Perfect Portal, adding this arm to even our own business for quite some time, but it's partnering up with the right people. We know with Moneypenny, their staff are trained, with inbound side, and now adding that outbound, it fits perfectly with our staff, with our clients, because we want to make sure they convert more leads, because more leads they convert, more businesses that they bring in, successful they are, hence, that represent Perfect Portal success as well. So to us, that just made perfect sense. And it was perfect when you brought it up, Paul, just seeing the two of you guys work, it kind of opened up whole new opportunities. I know firms have been asking, what about the inbound side? Can they quote for us as well? Which, by the way, if you do have a question, it is something we are considering. And of course, there's a bit of development work. So we'll see how this service goes on and how our firms kind of take on the service and then look at integration a little bit later. One last question for you on my behalf. What would you say to our Perfect Portal firms who might be looking at trying the service?
Good question again. Even though we've outsourced to Moneypenny, I think you've got to bear in mind they're not legally trained. They're not conveyancers. There are a lot of technical questions that are asked by clients, which you kind of don't want to leave Moneypenny to answer, because they might get it wrong, and that's going to look bad on Moneypenny and ourselves. So you kind of need to have someone who's available to answer the technical questions, and they've got to be available pretty much all the time. Mine and Lorraine's relationship is very good. As soon as any kind of technical questions come about, they drop me an email. I can respond to it fairly quickly, usually within 5 minutes. So as long as you've got someone in your team that will do that, you'll be okay.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for both of you for taking the time and answering my questions. Now, I do have a few questions from the audience, so let me just kind of go into those questions, pull them across here. So we have one question. Is this service just for conveyancing or for other areas as well? Other areas of law as well?
Is that for me or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Lorraine, if you want to answer that one.
That's okay. So we do outbound calling for all different areas at the moment, but the partnership that we're doing at the moment with Perfect Portal is particularly just with the conveyancing. But that's not to say that it'll always just be conveyancing, but at the moment it is.
Fantastic. Somebody did ask me the cost. I know, Lorraine, you did cover the cost a bit earlier, but if you want to touch base on that one again, on the cost side.
Yeah, of course. So the cost is a flat rate of £30 an hour. So you would decide how many hours, how often you want us to log in and do this for you. It is a 3-month minimum contract, and we ask for 10 hours a month minimum. And then after that, it's a 1-month rolling contract.
Thank you. Then I do have a question about who pays for the license for Moneypenny logging into our Perfect Portal platform. So that would be part of your license subscription with Perfect Portal. So let's say if you have 5 users and you want to dedicate one of those users to Moneypenny users, so be Lorraine Rogers or one of her other team members, then we will just allocate that license to them, just depending on the level that you need. If it's just a light user, then then we can always switch. Let's say if you have someone, your partners on your as registered and they don't really do anything on the system other than look at data, then we can switch their license to light user and give that license over to Moneypenny as well. So there's a few different options depending on how you're set up within Perfect Portal. Then is this service available out of usual working hours? I know we talked about that briefly, Lorraine. Do you want to touch base on that?
At the moment, again, it's available between 8:30 and 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, so we're not offering weekends at the moment.
Is that something that you would be looking?
Consider? Yeah, yep. we definitely could. It's just at the moment that's how we're doing it, but in the future, by all means, we could look at extending probably till about 8 p.m. and weekends if needed.
Fantastic, thank you. Because I know that's one big thing that we always notice when we released our payment on account feature. We had so many payments that were made outside of work hours. We actually had one which our client highlighted last week was made at 2 a.m. Someone made a payment on account for 2 a.m. Like, even though we're working from home, it's quite interesting to see, especially now everyone working from home. There's still people are usually working longer hours now, so they are doing those things for their personal needs, I guess, way out of working hours. So being flexible, I think, would be really good to see as the service evolves. Let me see if there's any more questions. We have Pocket Penny. Can the new service be discount as we are already a Moneypenny client?
It is at the moment just a additional kind of service that we offer, and it is just a flat rate, whether you are a client or not at the moment.
And we do what we are offering with Perfect Portals, just as we're trying to see how many clients use this service and the benefit that they get out of it. For the first month of Moneypenny's, this new service, it will be 50% off on the first month's invoice. So that's just out there for now. So please, if you are using it, just let us know, or your account manager at Perfect Portal, and we will make sure that's that's kind of communicated with your Moneypenny team. If we are to commit to an hour a day, does it have to be a fixed hour, example 4 p.m. every day? Quotes come in all through the day and need to be picked up as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, what we do tend to do is we wouldn't be monitoring it throughout the day. I think that would be quite difficult to kind of say you do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there for each call. But what we could do if you were looking at committing for an hour is break it into 2 sections. So we could do half an hour, say, in the morning, half an hour in the afternoon, and then pick up any inquiries that have come in between those times.
And just to touch base on that, Paul, how do you use the service? Do you have a dedicated time that when Moneypenny team logs on, or do you have it split out throughout the day?
It's been split through the day.
Okay. And how's that been working for you?
Well, it works well for us.
Yeah.
But I don't do the 1 hour either.
This is your entire team here. Perfect. Sorry if I missed this as I was late joining in, but for the £30 an hour, is it just one member of the Moneypenny team, or can that be split across?
It's one person who's dedicated to making the calls on your behalf.
Thank you. Yep, they said they needed to log off for another webinar, but we'll follow up.
Great.
Fantastic. I don't see any more questions. Again, you have our contact information on the screen, so please feel free to reach out. This is a brand new service, and with the partnership with Moneypenny, just so we can train them, because I know that's one of the areas where some of our firms struggle, especially if they don't have a new business team following up, or sales trained staff, because that's where you need to kind of nurture and promote your initial client service, what you can offer the firm to the client. So I'm excited to see how this goes on, and potentially look into doing an integration further, so we can help with the inbound as well, and so Moneypenny team can do quotes on your behalf as well. So again, it's just to help you provide that extra resources, extra support that will be available. So if you do have staff who go on leave, then that work doesn't get fallen on fee earners, as they're probably already quite busy, and they can focus on, like Pripal said, fee earning work. That's it. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I know there's lots going on right now. I will share the recording at the end of the day, just if you haven't had a chance to see the entire thing, or if you want to share it with your team. Okay. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye now.
Thank you.